Why is Orunmila considered the Orisha of wisdom and knowledge in the Yoruba pantheon? What is the relationship between Orunmila, IFA, and the divination corpus? Welcome to the Sankofa Pan-African series. Please support us through Patreon and by buying me coffee. Don't just subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification button, share our videos, and check out our website, sankofastorybooks.com, for history, Afrocentric stories, and other resources for children. Orunmila, who has several other names, is believed to be omniscient, all-knowing. He is believed to be second only to Olodumare in the Yoruba pantheon, which is why one of his names is Ibikeji Olodumare, which means second to the creator, Olodumare. Now, one of his other names is Eleriyipin, which means the one who bears witness to destiny. Traditionally, the Yoruba believe that the fact that he is witness to human destinies gives him insight into the fate and complexities of the lives of all human beings, as well as all earthly and divine matters. Because of his wisdom, which has no equal amongst the other Orisha, he is the conveyor of human requests to Olodumare, as well as their spokesperson and that of the other Orisha. Orunmila was assigned by Olodumare to serve as the custodian of Ifa, the all-encompassing traditional divination process, which is the key to Yoruba knowledge and philosophical thought. Due to this role that he plays, he is also known as Ifa. As such, Orunmila is the patron of all Babalawo and Iyanifa, the male and female Ifa priests and priestesses. He is also the custodian of the Yoruba body of knowledge and philosophical thoughts, which are contained in the extensive Ifa corpus called Oduifa. When Ifa divination is performed, the relevant verses are revealed through Orunmila's interactions with other Orisha. In the process of divination, the names Orunmila and Ifa are used interchangeably to refer to both the Orisha and the oracle. Although one Oduifa, a divination poem, refers to the Igetioke area in Ile-Ife as the place where Orunmila lived when the 17 Orisha were sent to prepare the earth for human habitation. Because he was the repository of knowledge and insight into the fate and complexities of all the lives of all human beings, as well as all earthly and divine matters, Orunmila lived a nomadic lifestyle, traveling and living in various other towns like Ilesha, Ado, Owo, and the Jumu, which all have areas where he is said to have resided. Please watch our episode, Is There a Pantheon of African Gods?, where we elaborate on the Yoruba creation story. Now, Orunmila's nomadic lifestyle is also often cited to explain why Ifa worship quickly became widespread among the Bini, Fon, Ewe, and other ethnic groups in present-day West Africa. Since the transatlantic slave trade, Ifa worship has, of course, spread to places like Haiti, Trinidad, Cuba, Brazil, the United States, and several other parts of the world. An episode on Orunmila will not be complete without a brief look at the Ifa definition corpus. As I said earlier, Orunmila is the custodian of Ifa divination and its body of knowledge. As an all-knowing Orisha, Orunmila understands all languages. Yoruba adherents believe that because Orunmila bears witness to creation when humans are being formed, he knows all human destinies, which are usually concealed from people until IFA is consulted. He is thus revered as the keeper of all the mysteries or secrets of life and the world. Now in Yoruba, these secrets are called Awo. Orunmila is therefore the quintessential father of all secrets, the primordial Babalawo. In the practice of Ifa, when the Babalawo and Yanifa are consulted, they in turn consult Ifa. These priests and priestesses of Ifa have to study for several years in order to learn how to communicate with Ifa before they can be ordained as diviners who can access Ifa through the process of divination. Their training makes them proficient in interpreting the Odu Ifa and in the use of the various sacred paraphernalia of divination, like the divination tree, Okmo Ifa, divining chain, Okpele, sacred palm nuts, Ikin, divination powder, Iyerosun, and so on. The Ifa divination process starts when a person goes to consult an Ifa priest or priestess, who is, of course, the diviner. Traditionally, the person who goes to a properly trained and ordained diviner does not need to tell them their problem or the questions to which they are seeking an answer or resolution. The person addresses the question directly to Ifa without voicing it out to the hearing of the diviner. The questions are framed and asked in the person's minds or through very low whispers in the form of a prayer, asking Ifa to reveal the solution that they need. The diviner will then throw the okpele, that is the divining chain, which has 8 points or stations on the divining mat, or they may cast a set of 16 sacred palm nuts, Ikin, on the divination tree. There are 16 major compilations of Oduifa, each of which has 16 chapters, which when multiplied offer 256 signatures of Oduifa, which can be revealed upon consultation. Now, each signature in turn contains hundreds of verses, so that there are over 200,000 verses in the corpus. The various ways in which the divining chain or the sacred palm nuts land point to one of the appropriate signatures revealed to the Babalawo or Yanifa. This is why their training has to be thorough, so that it takes years, sometimes decades, before priests and priestesses are ordained. So every time the divining chain or nuts are thrown or cast, an odu or verse is indicated. The diviner recites the verses revealed, and when the person who has gone to do the consultation hears a verse that addresses the issues for which they are seeking a solution, the diviner elaborates by explaining the message and Ifa's prescriptions to the client. Sometimes these prescriptions are in the form of insights or advice. They could be admonitions, while they might also be in the form of sacrifices or rituals to be performed in order to solve the problems or arrive at a healing. Now, in spite of Orunmila's exalted position as second only to Olodumare, there are several Odu and traditional stories or itan that reflect his egalitarian nature. Some Odu tell of how, in spite of his position, Orunmila was humble enough to consult his earliest diviners, who did not only perform divination for him, but also prescribe sacrifices that he had to perform. In the Yoruba pantheon, Orunmila represents the Yoruba approach to philosophy, knowledge, creative wisdom, and critical approaches for analyzing the world and cosmology. As a body of knowledge, the IFA corpus has continued to astound scholars who have studied it and found similarities between the IFA divination system and the field of computer science. Thanks for watching. Please support us through Patreon and by buying me coffee so we can continue to bring you this series. Subscribe if you've not yet done so, and please turn on your notification buttons. And don't forget to share our videos with all your contacts and keep your comments coming.